Hello everyone, this is the continuation of part 1 of the video how to send emails in ServiceNow. So in the first video we had discussed two ways. The first one was through notifications and the second one was through events. So if you haven't watched that video, please click on the top right corner and you can see that video and come back to this video later. In this video we will be discussing next two ways of sending an email. The third way to send an email in ServiceNow is through flow designers. Just a gist about flow designer. Flow designer are low code and they require minimal lines of code to design a flow. And then we have activities in flow designer. So there are two activities which we will see in this video to send an email. The first one is send notification and send email, which I will show you on the ServiceNow demo. In the demo, we will send an email to assignee of the ticket every time it is updated. So we will go to an incident ticket and we will try to update assignee of the ticket, and an email should be fired to assignee of the ticket. So there is an out of the box email which already goes out when we change the assignee, and we are trying to reproduce that scenario through flow designer. Let's quickly jump to ServiceNow. I'm in ServiceNow and under system notification, email notifications, I will create a new notification for our requirement. I will give the name of the notification maybe assigned to updated, and then I will choose the table name as incident. I will type it here and select the incident table. Moving on, under when to send tab, there were three options if you remember from the first video. And now we will be selecting triggered, and all other options which were available here will go away. So that means this notification has to be triggered from somewhere, and in our case it will be from flow designer. Who will receive? We will select here assign to. Alternatively, if you want any users groups, you can select those as well here, and what it will contain. You can specify an email template of your own organization. I have selected here the by default one which comes up, unsubscribe and preferences, and I will give the subject as assigned to has been updated, and then I will give body of the email. I can say here hi, and then we can bring in the dynamic fields from the incident table. For example, I will get here assigned to, and I can remove this text. And just to reiterate, anything that is between these two braces and has a dollar in front of that, so that means it's a dynamic value, and you can give a backend name of that field. So for which particular record this email is executing, the assigned to will be picked up from there. And then I can say here incident, and then maybe I can give the incident number. So I'll just scroll down a bit and select number from here. So incident number has been assigned you. Okay, and then thanks and admin. I will save this notification here, and as soon as it is saved, I will go to the flow designer. For that I will type flow designer in application navigator and click here, and I will click on new and flow. This will create a new flow. I will have to give a name here. I can say assigned to flow, and I will submit this. And as soon as it is submitted and it says it is saved successfully, I will give a trigger. If you know about flow designers, they need a trigger condition. In our case it would be updated, and then I will say incident as the table name, and then I have to give a condition that assigned to changes. For that I will select here assigned to, and here changes. Now if you note, there is a drop down here called run trigger. So do you want to run this flow designer only once when the assigned to has changed, or maybe for each unique change, or only if it is not currently running? So it will run only once in this condition as well, and for every update. So even I'm assigning it back to, for example, Fred Luddy, then Abraham, and then Fred Luddy and Abraham. So it will run for each and every update. But now if you want to run it for only unique changes, for example, if the ticket has already been assigned to Fred Luddy once, and if the ticket is being assigned to him multiple times again, so the flow will not run again and again. For that it will run only once. just for our demo purpose, I will do it for every update, and I will click done, and then you have to give in actions. What do you want to do? And I will select action here, and there were two options, if you remember in the slide, to send an email in Flow Designer. The first one was send email. If I select send email here, then I would be able to send an email, but the thing is then you have to give to subject and body of the email. So basically you won't be able to use that notification which we had created. But if you have a requirement that this email will be used only once and you don't want to reuse that, then you can go ahead and create your own email here. And then we have the second option of send notification, where we will be able to select our notification which we had created. So I'll go again here and type send notification, and then I have to give the record on which it would be running. So I will drag and drop incident record from here, and it will select the incident table automatically, and then I have to select the notification. If I click on this magnifier button, you would be able to see there are only two notifications which are appearing here. So the first one is the one which we just created, so they should have the condition of triggered here. Just remember, if you are creating a Flow Designer and you want notification to be sent from that, you have to select the triggered option in the notification under send to tab. I will select this here, and I will click on done and save this. And this is a very basic flow which we have created, and then finally we will activate this so that it runs every time. And now it is saved. I will go to an existing incident, and we will try to change the assignee of that ticket, and we will see whether the email has been fired or not. Right now in this ticket, the assignment group is change management, which I will change to database, for example. And in assign to, I can give Fred Luddy. I will save this, and I will check if an email has been sent or not. For that, I will go to Outbox, where all the emails which are supposed to go out from ServiceNow instance are saved here. Right now it's not coming up, and this is the one which is out of the box email which has been sent to Fred already. But let's wait for our Flow Designer email. I will click here. Okay, so that email has come up here now. I will open this. The subject is assigned to has been updated, and the recipient is assigned to, who is Fred. And then finally we can see the email by clicking on this link, and we can see the dynamic content here where it says Fred Luddy, and then the incident number has been assigned to you. Now moving on to the fourth way of sending an email is through workflow. So we can send an email through a notification activity which was similar in Flow Designer. So workflow also has an activity called notification, and you can use it to send an email. Now ServiceNow recommends to use Flow Designer instead of workflows. So if you already have workflows set up in your system and you want to just update an activity of sending an email, then you can use this activity. Otherwise, you should go ahead and create your own new Flow Designers and then use it to send an email if your process is defined in that Flow Designer. In this demo, we will create a notification in the workflow, and we will do it on the global table, and then we will send it to the end user. Let's quickly jump to ServiceNow. I will type workflow here, and I can go to workflow editor. Now I will create a new workflow. I will say here notification workflow demo, and then I will select the table name as global. Why I'm choosing global and not incident or anything else? Because it will be easier to test our notifications in this table. I'll show in you a second how it is that easy, but just for the demo purpose we are doing it on the global table. I will submit. I will not give any condition here, and then under core I will search for notification, and you can see here notification. I will just drag and drop it, and here I can define how to send that email. So For example, if I want to send it to someone like Fred again, I can select that user record here, or I can choose any group as well. And then if I click on advanced, then you should be able to choose the recipient of the ticket of the email using scripts. So you can calculate some logic and then pass the sys IDs of those users here, and the email would be sent to them. I will skip this as of now. I will go to the subject and I can say this is a workflow demo, and I can say here hi, and then also I can give here again the dynamic content, but we are using the global content, so there might not be as many fields as required, so created and all. So I can just say hi Fred here, this is a workflow test, and I will submit this. I will publish it now, and as soon as it is published, we can just directly test by clicking this play sign here or this start button here. But if you would have chosen the incident or the RITM table or any other table, you wouldn't be able to use this button and this would have been deactivated. So if you want to test anything quickly in ServiceNow in the workflows, you can just select the global table and click on this button. I will do that now, and it will confirm me whether you want to start or not. I will click on start, and then it will start running, and it will show me that this task has been finished and the overall workflow has also been finished. I will again go to Outbox folder. I'll just click back here, and you can see an email has been fired to Fred again with the subject which we had created in the workflow. So the email has been successfully fired, and if we go ahead and see the body of the email, this is the exact same thing which we wrote in workflow. This is the fourth way of how to send emails in ServiceNow. So these are basically 4 ways how to configure and send emails through ServiceNow, and if the interviewer asks you, you have to give these 4 ways to send an email. And now, just to add on as a bonus tip, as you have stuck around till last of the video, there are 2 other ways from which you can send an email, but they are not widely used, and these are just for your information. And if the interviewer asks, only then you have to say that, otherwise you can just say there are 4 ways. So when I go here and I click on schedule jobs under system definition and I click on new, I would be able to create a scheduled job which sends a report in an email to the end users. So you can just give the name here and then select the report, and how often do you want to send that report in an email, and you can select daily, weekly, monthly, or maybe on demand or anything. Then you have to give the subject and the body, and how do you want to send that report. So this is the type of the report you want to send, maybe PDF, Excel or CSV. So this is basically the list of the records which would be used in the reports. If you don't know about reports or how to create reports, please click on the top right corner, and then you can submit, and that scheduled job will send that report to the user or group or to the email which you would have defined here. And there is one other last way. So I'll take you to an incident. There you have these 3 dots. You just click here and click on this email, and you would be able to send an email using this option as well. And then you can change the subject. Right now it is the short description, and the incident number of the ticket, you can just change it and give some body and directly send from here, just like in the Outlook. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you liked this video, please don't forget to press the like button. Do share this video and please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in comments if you have any questions.